to survive sometimes in the mid to late game when the chrono is such a potent tool. So as usual, I never really feel like I'm not on board with Liquid's draft. I think it's really good. It comes down more always for me to can they execute it correctly. VP though, they also have some serious threats here, and I love the fact that we're gonna get to see GPK on Invoker.
They're not gonna go for this play, not when you have someone like this Clockwork here. Waiting patiently. Top lane, more pressure being placed on DM. He is left all alone, and this is excellent. The fact that they were able to identify he is alone, and doesn't even need that final click. It's still going to be Insania who gets the first blood. Mid lane, get the cogs off over onto GPK. Mickey, though, just more interested in hitting some of these creeps, and they have another rotation coming out now from Hakoda. Yamish rushing forward. Box is not looking good for him, although he has popped his wand. It's going to take one more hit from Hakoda to finish up, but at the same time, they'll end up losing Yamish. So a support trade here in the mid lane. Have to go and pick themselves up a sentry, but yeah, you can see now Mickey rotating over here to this top lane. Sania just kind of plinking away. DM seems unaware.
Yeah, I'm not sure he's gonna go too far.
There it is. There's the Maledict. Follow up with Cask. Not gonna get too many bounces, but they do a lot of damage. So this is not looking like DM will survive by any means. A nice rotation from Mickey, and he's gonna be able to collect himself a kill. In the bottom lane, though, they go for the dive on Zai.
Boom! There it
Able to clean up Visage.
Are scanning.
Identical CS right now for both of the carries here. We have a good game going on for Morphling, but same can be said for the Faceless Void. Both are enjoying quite free.
The rumble, the run through from Yamish. Mickey's already got that haste spell. He'll be able to get the Maledict off, but it's still going to be a kill. As now GPK forced to use the Tornado because he's got 3 heroes chasing. They even go for the Chronosphere because Matu has made this rotation. Mickey is on a killing spree. First crown of the game used, gets a kill on the mid lane, so Liquid has to be pretty gosh darn happy about that.
Top tower is under attack.
Bottom lane, plays being made on Ramses. Land the Maledict, which they do have. They have a pretty big nuke amount of damage, but the follow-up is here from VP. GPK getting into position, opened up with that Tornado throw right back over onto Mickey. They want this kill. They run on through, and he's already used the fairy fire. They're still going to manage to get the kill on Mickey. Now Insania running for his life. Hakoda, he's already used all of his spells at this point, so he's not going to be able to go for the glimpse play back. Does have the kinetic field. And he'll be able to buy a bit more time. Insania, he's thinking about going back. Matu's here, though. They have to be a little bit careful. He uses the time dilation. Zai looking for the opening will be able to slow Yamish. But the rest of the team on the side of VP, they're happy with being able to get the kill on Mickey. So they try to just move forward. They don't have any mana left over on Boxy. That time dilation coming to play. GPK, he has that tornado, but they follow up with the Chronosphere just to hold GPK in place, even though Point's not anywhere near here. And they'll go for that Requiem, following up with Battle Assault. Will fall to Zai while this is going on, and they manage to chase down GPK in the end.
In good position. So I like what we're seeing from Atuma in this game. He's very active with the Chrono. Once he has it, he wants to be a part of the fight.
A little bit of a chase over onto Yamish here in the bottom lane. This Maledict is doing so much work this game, I feel. They even go and use that Death Ward. Sure that they collected, although now Zai taking a bit of damage here from Ramses. We have the 2 birds, and they're going to poke away on the backlines over on Hakoda. They do manage to get the kill, but the hook shot it over onto Ramses. It comes back over to Mickey, but now he's a little bit closer to Ramses, so I'm not sure if that was necessarily what they wanted to do. That tornado coming out the coconut, though, bouncing around. This is looking very bad for Morphling. Mickey, man, this guy is absolutely dominating. That's going to be a huge power spike when you're up against something like a Timbersaw, like this Invoker. All these guys that rely heavily on the magic, but there we go. There's the Chronosphere. They dropped the stance from onto Insania, so he's not going to be able to get his ultimate off, and there's not much mana left on him either. It's not looking great. It'll take down Insania, but now Matu, he gets caught out by GPK, and they finish off just cleaning up after Liquid, one after one. Mickey running for his life, does have the BKB though. So now this is pretty scary for the side of VP, because now not only do you have an Aegis, you've got a Chronosphere that you have to watch out for. They still have that BKB over on Mickey. Although Matu in the bottom lane, they do make the jump on him right away, but just not quite enough damage, I think, as he moves forward. Goes for the Chronosphere, grabs GPK, and Insania getting into position, walks into the Chrono, just wants to make sure that he can get a stun off if necessary. There's the cast over on Hakoda. So it was a brilliant try coming out from VP, but at the end of the day, just not quite enough damage. Together, they're ready for a fight if needed, but there it is. There's a glimpse back into the drop the Wraith Pack though, trying to just mitigate some of this damage, but they rip it down so quickly. Zai, he's not going to be able to do much here, as he's going to try to just come back up after that stone, but they'll follow up with the Sunstrike.
Oh no, he resummoned. He lost his bird.
One, that's for sure. Uh-oh, Insania now is here. Feels like they weren't quite prepared to go into this fight necessarily, although Ramses, he split up, so there's going to be a nice glimpse back over onto Matu. They'll go use the Requiem, they need a little bit more damage to finish off Ramses. They did fight back on the Primal Beast as DM comes in. Nikkei, though, already popping the BKB. It's a little bit of a split fight now as Matu gets picked up by this Primal Beast. The chase is on them. They finally take down Boxy. Matu, though, doesn't feel super confident. He's going to teleport away as they chase after.
I don't think they're going to be able to find the SF as well, but this is an amazing play by Ramses. He turned into Faceless Void and just stayed alive for so long, using the Time Walk there.
DPK throwing out the Tornado into the Roche Pit. Pulverize comes off immediately over here onto Boxy. They'll fall the BKB on Matu.
Oh, that's an early BKB. Bit of a window here for VP.
Sitting a little bit low. DM jumping forward. That BKB getting popped from DM. The glimpse back over onto Matu though into the Static Storm. This is looking pretty scary now as they use the cheat stick over onto Ramsey. The Matu, he will indeed pop to GPK. DM chasing after Zai. We've got such a split fight here. The attention though going over to the side. They'll be able to grab up Lakota. They'll finish him off. The follow-up again with another Tornado. Delta split going on. Follow-up with a Sunstrike. Not going to be able to quite land. It is now Ramses making his way over to these supports on the side of Liquid. Gets a kill on Zai. So, and they'll pulverize Boxy. Can they grab Insania? It's looking like they should be able to. Yeah, a couple cuts from the big old blade of Timbersaw will finish him, and they can make their way over into the pit now.
And Liquid need a big chrono now. They are really struggling in these fights. They have to try and find the Invoker or multiple heroes.
Hook shots in, grabs DM. Matu coming forward, realizes it's, oh, there it is, there's that silence we talked about with the ads. They just rip apart Matu. Lakota will die, but he's already done what is needed during this fight. The trample coming through here from Yamcha, chasing after Zai, chasing after Boxy. They managed to get their hands on Boxy with that Pulverize. Nikkei standing on the back lines along with Insania. Insania's got a cast available. They're going to go for the play here. Get the Maledict off and follow up with some of these hits. A nice play from Nikkei. He's just going to teleport out, though. He's more than happy with what he got. And Zai drops the birds, tries to make his way out. And now Insania, he is going to get left behind. That Buddha Restoration is very pretty, but it is not going to do enough to save you from the likes of these three. Amish sitting on the top, going to be that distraction as the birds do spot. This Roche is sitting at about half health. How do they get in there? Because look at Lakota. He knows that he's got to be in position. And Matu's got to be careful. He's got to make sure that he can get that BKB in time. Zip forward and back. Yamich, there it is. There's the Chronosphere on the back line. Pops the BKB. Doing so much damage to GPK. He is going to die. Fight back, though, immediately from Yamich, from GPK. Zai left over here on the right, so they chase into the pit. Nikkei trying to get some of this damage on. Static Storm gets dropped over onto Nikkei. Yamich jumping in, but it's not enough. They get the kill over on Lakota. Now GPK, he fought back. He can't afford to die. As Matu wails away on him. Try and keep this information. They get that deafening blast. A couple more hits should be able to do the trick. And by God, they have it as they get multiple buybacks. The fight is still going. They find themselves down, but she's running for his life. They do manage to get Mickey, but Mickey buying back immediately as well. Very little mana left over on the Emma's Ramblings. It's left off to the side. Zai trying to do what he can. They'll end up getting a cover. They're still chasing after Ramses. There's the hook shot, though, coming out from Boxy. He gets his hands right onto this Morph, and they'll drop the rock. They're going to push back over onto this Morphling, but he's just so damn hard to kill. Yamich jumping back in, sees himself Boxy. He's got the Pulverize. They've got Scotty damage. Do they go back in? Those question Boxy, he's somehow still alive after all is said and done. Is he going to survive this? He makes it out as they chase after Yamich. They'll just jump forward. Matu gets himself. DPM is here. He's taking so much punishment, so much damage. Forces out that Lotus. Or Ramses forced to run away again. And what a huge fight coming out here around the Roche pit where Liquid, multiple buybacks coming out from both teams, but they get the kill on multiples over on VP, and they do not have the buybacks. So this Roche belongs to Liquid. It's on him, making it a little bit more difficult for Ramses to try to get that more off. Pushing, popping back and forth, gets the steal, but there's not a shot coming out from Boxy. They push back over onto GPK, and he just doesn't stand a chance. He's down for 90-something seconds. No buyback on this Invoker. Right side, Aegis does get reclaimed over on Matu. So they might want to be respectful of that, but these birds are just ripping through these racks right now. There's just nothing that VP can do about them at this time. We'll see DM coming back up in about 6 seconds. A little bit of the waveform over onto Boxy. It's BKB coming out, but already Boxy is going to be able to just keep moving. And there it is. There's the second Chronosphere. Boxy does eventually get ripped apart, but they'll get the kill over on Yamish. They have their eyes over onto DM, and Sadia, though, left behind. Most likely going to fall, but Ramses, he's so separated from the rest of the team. He can't survive that. He's immediately dead. You do have the buyback on Ramses for... Otherwise, he's down for 95 seconds. They'll buy back on Zai. They can smell blood in the water. The TP comes out again from Ramses. He doesn't want to end up losing another bit of these buildings. Chakram's getting tossed out left and right. He did get the morph off from the Faceless Void. This is an opening now, knowing that they won't have GPK Yamish, though. To go for that charge forward. The Lincoln gets popped, and there it is. It's already in play for Monty. He's taking so much damage. Focus is over onto Yamish, over onto Dakota. They'll get the kill. The buyback comes out immediately from the side of Yamish. DM, though, he's so far away from everyone else. There's so much damage being put on the others. Now going to proc. But again, they have the BKB, and this new damage coming out from Mickey is just so intense. Matu finds a kill. GPK pops it, but they have a second Chronosphere. That is just a dead-end boulder. He's going to buy back for the chasers on Ramses, though. They want to get him. He goes, he procs at Aeon Disc. He's got himself his own version of Faceless Void. Looking to possibly go back in now that GPK has rejoined the fight, as has VM. He's going to just put as much damage as he can over onto Zai. Boxy taking so much over the side, but somehow still alive, still kicking as they go. They kill GPK again. Ramses still just putting out the damage. Mata does go down, and now the pressure is on here, but Ramses doing so much damage. DM's still alive, still very, very tanky. They're going back in, though. They're doing a decent amount of damage. Here comes Matu. They're trying to get there. Zai gets himself a double kill on DM, and now the chase is on. Can Ramses make it out in time? It's looking like he's going to be able to survive this. Try to provide a little bit of distraction. They go, they drop the static storm over onto Midgate, but there's nothing to follow it up. These birds are actually doing so much work against Dakota just by himself. But now Yamish over on the back line just continues, but they do have Ramses in the base. He's trying to base race, he's trying to finish off. He just tries to get the kill on Insania, but he's already got that voodoo switch through. Ramses, this is looking a bit scary. They pop that link as the BKB comes out. He's going to try to man fight here against Matu, but there's just so many heroes here, plus that hook shot coming through. Insania crawling away. He's going to survive. They're still trying to give chase here on Ramses, but
Ramses gone. What a play.
This is one hell of a match to start the day off with, and we're still just on game number 1.
I knew this was going to be good, and we're going to see a fight again here.
They have a silver edge, though. They're going to open up over onto DM. They'll fall with the Chronosphere. They grab Chrono off immediately. Yamish going to get cleaned up on the back lines. DM, it's already used that BKB, but the bashes come out. Like this Aeon just keeping them up just a little longer. Ramses doesn't really want to be here because Mega Requiem Assault, they'll be able to kill DM. 2 dead over on the side of VP. 3 technically, but we do have a buyback. And we still have another Chrono with this refresher. They need to be careful. Ramses hiding in the tree line with GPK. Gets the alacrity off the jump over onto Mickey immediately. But there it is, a Chrono over onto 3. They grab them. They should be able to blow up GPK. And now they want Ramses. Are they going to be able to have the damage? Are they going to be able to do it? They call GG. They know it is the end of the line. Team Liquid starting off our day with one hell of a series against Virtus Pro.
Victory!
Yeah, I think that lane is pretty Primal Beast favored because he just does so much damage with the trample when he gets close.
I love this. I love the fact that they've opted to, you know, switch up some roles, do something different. You know, you have to be careful though too, because sometimes you get a little too excited, you get a little too wacky and weird. I see this all the time. This feels like our only slightly traditional lane, this top lane.
Oh,
good avalanche. Oh, it's not looking good for Grant. He's gonna fall, and so is eventually Hakoda, I think. Maybe not. Maybe he's gonna survive. I mean, they're hunting real hard. Nope, there it is. 2 kills going over to Zai right off the bat. Every time we cast on the stream, I feel like he's got to find so many kills. It is absolutely
crazy games.
Wild. It is, but it's definitely a challenge. Says Yamish, taking a decent amount of damage. The bear just chunking away over at him. Gets that root off too. He's got a couple stacks. Oh my goodness, that is a dead ember, as we can see.
That's a high tier lone druid player. That's master tier lone druid for you. They got entangles upon entangles. They just get them for free. How do they do it?
Okay, invading over here, grabs up the bounty rune. Way again, we only have level 3 on the Death Prophet, but he's hoping maybe he can get a grab. Quite finding that Shadow Feast corner. As the ward's gonna run in right towards the back line. There's the TP coming out immediately from Punch. They're gonna try to finish off Matu. A good save though coming out from Insania. Going to buy him a little bit more time. They pick up with the Pulverize though. Do they have enough damage to finish off Matu with those chains and the Crypt Swarm? They do indeed. And now Boxy here is going to have to toss away this big old beastie boy who is chasing after him. He's got another trample. Just walking around, walking in circles, gets the kill.
Game DM is not having the best farm, so the fact that GPK is dominating as hard as he is giving him some time to recover.
He's locking up on Yamish, go for the disruption. He's trapped beneath the tower. But you've got Ramses here. So Yamish, he looks like he's going to end up dying, but they just run on through. Now Midgay is in for so much trouble because GPK just stomping all over. Boxy with the toss up into the air, trying to burst down here. GPK taking a lot, but has the pulver. It's just out of range of the tower. It gets a little bit closer. Boxy, he just can't seem to close the gap. They have the vision, they've got the trees, they've got the clicks. It's a double kill now for Ramses.
Against all BKBs, it's pretty hard.
Baiting Zai up here, they're hidden. They see that GPK just used the Pulverize, so they could potentially make these moves. As the smoke does come out, not going to be able to quite land the hook. They'll drop the Static Storm, but Zai is sidestepping to the side. We'll be able to get the kill on Coda. Coda bind that as the Exorcism gets used. Mickey is side to turn back around, they get their hands over on GPK, and they're able to burst him down. Chase after DM with the Spirit Bear. Trying to get their hands on him. A little bit of a toss with Yamish. Mickey's just not quite landed these hooks here, but the team is picking up the slack as they did manage to kill off the Primal Beast.
Back. Maybe they can be there in time.
Run, Punch. There's the toss back though over onto Yamish. Immediately followed with the auto toss to get a boot off. Yamish is no longer available. Zai sitting outside of this Roche pit. Tries to go for that splitter. Not going to be able to quite land it, but Zai gets trampled on his way through. As he's going to have to use the Yules, try to survive. Makoto will end up falling. They're doing a decent amount of damage though from GPK as he gets onto the backline. They get the kill over onto Zai. Matu runs into the pit, manages to get the kill on Roshan after all those Exorcism ghosts are done, and gets himself an Aegis to boot.
Oh my god.
Oh, that would have been so sick. That would have been so sick.
That would have been
No,
cool if you caught
GPK.
him.
Alright. Smoked up over on the side of Virtus Pro as they make their way towards their jungle. They know that Liquid is there.
Are scanning.
Not have Boxy. Perhaps they can take advantage of this, isn't it? Hiding in the
Ooh,
tree
VP in
line.
good
Wolf to
position.
feel over here. Jump forward from Mickey with the silence coming up from Coda almost instantly. Go for the Exorcism play. They're trying to get as much damage as they can over to DM, but it's not looking too good as Insania over on the back line is going to end up falling. Matu, that Aegis going to get used. The hook from Mickey, but there's going to be the Pulverize from GPK as Ramses does. Split Earth Consonant over here from Zai. They'll be able to collect that kill. And now DM, he's out of mana, but it's doing a lot of damage with these kills. Zai has to be so incredibly careful. The slide comes through from Yamish. We'll be able to clean him up. They're
Okay,
going
now
to
they
push
have to
back
back up.
the side of Liquid. Able to get perhaps better positioning.
Radiant's top
Use the Heaven's Halberd over on the Bear. I think that's a good call considering how much damage he's been able to do. GPK jumping onto the back line, so it does find Insania, but Insania still alive because of a good avalanche, but there it is. Ramsey's jumping in. EKB hopping over here on the side of GPK. So is Ramsey. They want to try to take out this Bear. They know that that's a lot of that damage. So they'll end up getting it. There's a hit though over onto Yamish. So get that kill again. As Monty's sitting so very low. He's trying to survive, but GPK, he runs through. They'll be able to get the kill. Ramsey's ticking down from too much damage coming out from Zai. They're not able to take him out fast enough. Mickey barely alive over here on the side. Look at that beautiful split earth as the clean up two on the side of DP.
Oh my god, these fights are so crazy. It's just everyone
cool.
running right on top of each other. It's
But they kind of slipped up a little, I feel, like with their timings, because now Liquid has had the time to get the items up. They need Zai blinking forward. Oh my goodness. Running right in mid-game though, looking for the hook. He's gonna get science, turns back around, has the dismember over on DM as they stun GPK up with an avalanche. EKB's coming out from both sides now as Boxy in the middle of everyone. They drop the Static Storm, they'll get the kill on Boxy. Mickey also going to fall now because he went very early on. Zai though, again, look at this guy. He's being allowed to get so much out of these fights as he's chasing after DM and GPK. A little bit of a save over on the backline from Insania, trying to keep Matu alive as Zai splitting this fight, but Matu gets held up into the trees, not going to survive as now Zai, he's gone too far. He's too far alone. He is going to end up finally falling, and Virtus Pro will hit back very nicely with this fight.
you know, gonna give him some extra damage output, especially against high armor.
Oh my god, and Zane can just absolutely melt. MOBA though following up with the Dismember's Eye, using that heal, trying to keep himself alive a little bit longer. He's doing plenty of damage. DM, he's somehow still alive as they do finally manage to get the kill on Zai. They chase after MOBA and Matu. They'll end up getting him treed. He can't move. He's held up. He cannot seem to get away as they'll end up losing Zai. They end up losing Matu, and they end up losing MOBA. A brilliant surgical strike from the side of Virtus Pro. Oh, a little bit off the market. Very close to grabbing DM.
Radiant's top tower.
Tower will go down. DM realizing there's MOBA over here. They'll drop the static storm, but again, MOBA doesn't care too much, especially when you've got that save coming into play as they jump onto Insania on the back lines. Not gonna be able to quite finish him off though, but they do go for the refresher. The hold over onto GPK though. Looks a little bit scary as the bear just chewing away, but they need to get more damage because Zai, he's sitting so low and he's putting out as much burst as he can. Does have the heal up. They'll end up finally taking down GPK. They're chasing after Yamish. Yamish is not gonna be able to just fight and stand toe to toe with Ramsey. Man fighting against Zai. Again, that disruption doing so much. A hit over onto Ramses. Okay, that's going to be the first line. Toss back up into the air. They're going to be able to finish off Yamcha. Waiting patiently. Sling Earth off over onto Ramses. Plus the Dismember. Liquid. Defend their base. GPK on the Primal Beast. He's going to be up in about 6 seconds.
Matumba says go throne?
They're going full throne. Yeah, they're thinking about it. They need to do a little bit more damage over here on the tower. That will force out the buyback on DM. DM, he does not have the exorcism up for another 10 seconds. Though the jump, though, coming out from GPK, toss up into the air from Box and try to keep Insane alive. Not going to be able to quite do it. He picks up the bear, starts slamming him back and forth. But look at this damage coming out from Zai. He's just dancing circles around. He gets the kill on GPK. They do have buyback. They'll end up losing MOBA. It's not looking good now for Zai. He is left all alone. He's trapped in the trees. Has another player with the Yule Scepter, but everybody just keeping back with all these ghosts. They'll be able to take him out.
On Primal Beast with a refresher and Timeless Relic. This thing lasts forever. Look at that. Okay,
Bear?
doesn't last forever.
I mean, it's alright, but Monty now dragged back into that Agnum Storm. But MOBA finding the open on Hakoda, immediately going to be able to take out the supports. Now from backline, Boxy separated that war though with the Ags. MOBA thinking about going back in, but they have the BKB. They pick up MOBA and they just shake him to death. As they'll end up losing the punch. Zai again though, so far onto this back line. Uses the use. He's got the help. They'll end up losing Boxy. They're going to try to burst down GPK. Do they have the Madu? Trying to close the gap, trying to do, but he cannot do it. That's the not with DM right there. And they try to save him, but they cannot do it. As they'll end up losing Zai. Buybacks coming out from the side of Team Liquid. They're not ready to give up Boxy. Finding the opening over onto GPK. They get the kill, but they're going to end up losing Boxy. He did buy back for this. Tried to make the play over onto DM. Weren't able to finish him off in time. Ramsey's doing so much damage over here. You've got Insanian. He's hiding in the back. Zai going forward. He's trying to just get them off of these buildings. He doesn't want to allow them to house because they don't have buyback over on the punch. They don't have the pulverize on the back line. They see an Insania. The wriggle apart. And even though Zai is healing, he just cannot heal enough. GG gets called. Virtus Pro proving why they deserve to be up here in the upper bracket.
Might very well get some stacks on his Ancients or Big Camp as well. Who knows? But I like what VP are doing here, partly because their physical damage output is going to be insane. Between the Luna Aura, the SF Aura, and then the Visage Birds as well, I think that it will be hard for something like Axe to stay alive in the mid to late game team fights. Witch Doctor.
Have matching Tish. I was thinking that perhaps we'd see, you know, rotations coming out for these water runes. I feel like rune contestation is going to be very, very important, especially just for both of these heroes, right? Although it looks like GPK. This bottom lane, yeah, we got a couple of these hits off over onto DM. There it is. There's a toss up, and we will see the rotation from Boxy. He's got the cookie hop, following up with the Scouter Blade. GPK needs to be so careful. Gonna be forced back as Boxy continues to chase after him. He's got boots though on the Shadow Fiend. Boots over on Boxy too, but a bit faster though. He's sitting a bit low. Does pick up that bounty rune as he's getting chased. Bottom lane though, they'll find the kill on Kokoda while all this is going down.
Wow, he actually does survive on GPK, but all this time that he's trying to run away, Boxy's still on him, chasing after.
Yeah, Mickey's here with the avalanche. He's like, all right, he's low enough. Thank you, I will take that.
But yeah, as I was gonna say, the bigger problem now for VP is that they're not gonna have as much access to the map as they would like.
The avalanche toss back here to Insane. He's got the Maledict. Boxy canceling out. Oh my goodness. No Requiem of Souls for you, GPK.
I could just see that backfiring, just Snapfire jumping in and the SF gets the ulti out and he just blows him up in the air.
I think you've had too many missed cookie hops, Maga, if that's where your brain goes first. Monty, though, throws out the Chronosphere. He can't hit Hakoda, though. Is gonna have to run back and get away from these birds that are causing a big problem, but they're baiting a little bit as Bucks, they both go drop the wards, try to get a couple of these bounces off. Will land over onto Monty. Monty gonna walk right to Yamcha into the cops. He's going to fall. And the follow-up here from Liquid will ensure that they get the kill on TM, but now they're a little bit too far out of position, it feels. GPK, Yamcha, both here. Hakoda running around in circles. They'll end up finishing off Insania. Boxing doesn't have that cookie, not gonna be able to run away. As on the back line, Mickey trying to close the gap. Coda getting tapped on over by Boxy, but they'll get off the Requiem themselves this time around, and they'll end up getting the kill on Mickey. Boxy just gonna be able to go and get the T-ward, but he's going to end up dying for this for sure.
Okay, Liquid's positioning was way too deep there.
Make these plays, but good response coming out from Virtus.pro. And now they're smoked up, making their way top. They want to cause some problems for Zai. And in fact, this is looking like a very dead axe. So GPK now dominating. Oh, but the follow-up with the Avalanche and the Snapfire kisses. Oh my god. So much damage. Not going to be able to quite finish off GPK here.
Oh, he's running his
trying
win
to
place.
close. He's trying, he's doing everything. Mickey ends up closing the gap. Avatos plus that little bit from the scatter blast will ensure they get the kill. Anyways, hook shot into the top lane. We'll go and hold Mickey into place. A good avalanche, though. We'll slow them down. A little bit of that maledict over on Hakoda. Throwing out the kinetic field. Just trying to support these two heroes. Tumbler's toy forward. Wants to finish off Mickey. Gonna have to chase a little bit more. They can't quite close again. There it is. They follow up, but here comes Matu. Nice static storm being thrown up by Hakoda. They're not gonna be able to go and get that Chronosphere off immediately like they might have done it. And Matu taking a lot of damage. Does manage to go get GPK in the Chrono, but he gets one back. A nice play coming out from Disruptor. Now Boxy going to end up falling to Yamcha, and then Insania will die to GPK. Coda not going to have the glimpse up for a little bit longer. Will be able to get himself a courier snipe, though, on the way out. You have a ward behind their own tower, so they can see that there is a GPK waiting patiently. Curious to see if they're going to try to go for a call. So I starts moving forward. You can see they've got those birds up. They'll throw out a cast, a couple bounces. Be able to cancel out the blink. Hook shot in over onto Zai. Nicely done by Yamish as they have all of these birds. Cookie hop out of the comms will come into play, but in comes this Luna. And the follow-up, though, with the Chronosphere. The Snapfire Kiss is absolutely wrecking havoc. Not quite enough damage, though, to finish off over on Yamish. So it's a lot of ultis, but not anybody dying just yet. DM, though, is separated a little bit as Matu finding the opening over onto GPK. They'll be able to get the kill now that that BKB is down, and they needed something cancel out the TP of DM. Zai just a little bit too slow here.
Diving deep under tier 1 tower mid, for instance. Tiny relies on getting kills.
Fight coming up here. Get this fight over onto Boxy. Okay, just sits back. They'll go in and grab some of these birds, but that's not really where you want to be because now Zai is stuck in the trees. Look at this damage coming out. Oh my god, Zai is just absolutely obliterated. In comes the Luna. Ramsey's cleaning up. The buybacks come out immediately. Liquid not happy that they got caught with the parents down here.
They're split pushing with Void right now. They're trying to trade some damage.
But this Luna, again, if it's a mid-game Luna, you win a fight on the enemy side of the map, you're gonna end up losing lots of buildings. So, you know, Matu is doing the best that he can, but I don't know. I don't think you win this trade.
Yeah, he's TPing home now, or he wants to. Oh wait, he doesn't. Oh, he doesn't have TP. What?
Oh my god, what? He doesn't have TP?
He doesn't have TP?
Oh my god, this is looking very, very bad for Liquid right now. I can't believe he doesn't have it.
What? Running.
He's definitely coming through from the other side. Perhaps he can catch them, but they are smoked up over onto the back lines. The opening static storm. All right, there we go. BKB and Boxy over here will be able to take down the Aegis first time, but they'll clean up over on the Snapfire. And now it's just Matu. He's kind of stuck in an awkward position. We'll go for the Chronosphere, but everything is happening at different points. There's a throw over here onto the Luna, who's kind of stuck in here. But look at the damage coming out. Matu is trying. He does get the bash up, but they call GG. They realize that they just cannot stand toe-to-toe. What a way to end this series, Waga.
A bit of an awkward end being stuck on the other side of the map there for sure, but